Hey everyone, welcome back. It's August and we're ready to go with some monthly specials. We're just getting our group organized. I see people hopping on. We've got some terrific monthly specials. Today it's early in the month, it's only the 2nd. So you may not have heard of all of the monthly specials. Actually, I think it's the 2nd. Yes, it is. So specials were announced last night. In case you missed them, we've got a recap of everything that is going to be on special in our 4 major markets, right? So that's a big deal. We've got some really interesting things on in the US market, and a lot of kids and adults too going back to school, right? So it's August and college students are going back, and I know many of you are going back. If your kids are going back to school or people are going back to school in your area, let me know in the chat. If you are having difficulty hearing me or there's some sort of blockage, also you may want to check your microphone because I think I'm coming through loud and clear. You may have your something plugged in that's prohibiting you from hearing me. So in the event that you can't hear me, just let me know quickly in the chat because I want to know what I'm seeing, and is that most everyone can hear me. But I'm so happy that everybody's here. I think it's going to be a wonderful, wonderful day. Just want to say hello to a couple of people and welcome. Ike, hi, how are you? Happy you're back here. Cheers, Sharon, good to see you too. Eliana, hey Elizabeth, how are you? Leilang, Grace, hello. Ping, hello, so happy to see you. Sharon, so happy to see you also. So we're really happy that I get to talk to you every single day. So Eliana says she's an early years teacher and will be back from summer break fairly soon. What does she say? Next week. Oh, okay, cool. And Teresa says that her son just started his master's degree in post-naval graduate school. Does that count? It absolutely counts. And anyone who's starting graduate school, congratulations. Any moms who are sending their kids back to school now in the next couple of weeks and are just counting down the days. It's okay, moms. You can be counting down the days. I have to say, my son is here for another 3 weeks. And we've had a wonderful, wonderful break with him being home from university. And we're happy that he's here. And we're also happy that he's going back in 3 weeks because I think it's going to be great for him. Hello, Tanya, welcome. So happy you're on. Li Ju, welcome, welcome. Ping says hello. So we're happy to see everybody today. Got these monthly specials. I'm just waiting about another 30 seconds for everybody to hop on. I'm going to share my screen with you actually, because I want to make sure that everybody can see what I'm seeing. And if there's any problems, we can adjust them right away. Okay, let me know. Oops, there we go. Okay, there's our August monthly specials. Teresa, thank you. Teresa always saves me. She always gives me a thumbs up, which I really love. It helps me to just get organized and get everything done and get it done on the right schedule. So I really appreciate it. Today we're talking about August specials, and I think that's a really a special thing for us. So first, let's start with the US. For those of you who had a really good month last month, let me know. I want to hear a little bit about what's going on with you. Here in the US, we had a BOGO. I know some markets had BOGOs. I know the Philippines had BOGOs. If you had a BOGO and it really affected your team and your team was set on fire, let me know. Usually during BOGO months, we also see some rank advancements, which is really fun to see. Congratulations to anybody who rank advanced. BOGOs are a great way to build your team, to build momentum, to help with enrollments. You want to always use those BOGOs, and don't despair if you miss BOGO or you said, wait, what's a BOGO? Then there'll be another BOGO coming up, but get ready, folks, because BOGOs are usually in November, right before the Christmas holidays. So if you are getting ready or thinking about what do I want to do next time, start thinking about it now. Okay, so we've got our August specials. And we want to, there we go. Oh, I am getting this right. Okay, terrific. I'm trying something new today. So if I totally flub the dub, you know what it is. So we've got our Motivate. Our Motivate is our 10% off special. Actually, I'm sorry. That's our product of the month. So if you purchase 125 PV, you're going to receive a Motivate Roll-On. And I love Motivate Roll-On. I use it a lot in the mornings. I've been thinking a little bit about naming this chat, this live that we have every Monday. Maybe we'll call it Motivation Mondays. If you've got a great idea for a name for our lives, our Monday lives, I'd love to hear it. Tell me in the chat, because I want to, maybe we'll give away a prize for the best name. I don't know, maybe we'll run a little bit of a contest, but for the meantime, we're going to call it Motivation Monday, but anything you think would be a great thing to call it, I'm up for that. Okay. Next on the hit parade is our 15% off Make It Mint through August while supplies last. Spearmint is a wonderful, Annie says, oh, Kickstart Monday. Love it, Annie. That's a good one. And I'm going to be recording these and maybe I'll put them up someplace. Spearmint, good alternative to peppermint. We've got some great uses, especially if you're using any of the mints on children or the elderly. Spearmint is a wonderful alternative. It is a little bit more mild, so you're not going to get that big boom that you get from peppermint. So I like spearmint and I will use them interchangeably. Your Motivate Touch, you're going to put it on your wrists for a day of hard work, into your temples as you start your day. You're going to apply to the back of the neck before giving a speech, on the pulse points, before sporting events or other competitions. I asked you this last week, who's watching the Olympics? We're starting week 2. I'd love to hear who's starting the Olympics, who's watching the Olympics. Also, has anybody heard of any athletes that are using dōTERRA? That would be a fun thing to know. If you've heard of any athletes using dōTERRA, besides the athletes that we know are our sponsored athletes through dōTERRA, let me know of an athlete and maybe you've heard of somebody who's actually using dōTERRA. Okay. Next on the hit parade, a couple of diffuser blends for you using Spearmint. Got our Mermaid Splash, our Mint Creamsicle, Stress Less, Tropical Sundowner, and Lemon Lime and Bitters. So we've got that lemon lime and spearmint combo that in a diffuser would really smell super delicious. If you are a lemon user in general, try to switch it up from time to time, or maybe you're a wild orange user, look at some of the other citrus oils and try to blend them in with mints or maybe with flowers. You can see today, actually, I'm ready to go to the gym. I have my crazy earrings on as always, but I will take these off before I go to the gym, but I wanted to get dressed so I could get out the door really fast the minute I'm on the minute I finish here today. So Z says, me and from Taiwan. So I'm not sure what you mean by that. Are you an athlete or are you using, you want to win? Tell me what's going on. Fresh Start Monday. Thank you, Sharon. That's a great recommendation. Let's keep going. Other specials in the US, we've got the Summer Citrus Duo. I don't know if you've heard of this one, but when you buy red and yellow mandarin oils, 100% of the purchase price will be donated to dōTERRA Healing Hands while supplies last. Now, these have been special order items or they've been included in special boxes. They are not usually available just as part of our regular US catalog. So if these are oils that you're interested in purchasing, grab them now because they will not go on forever. Z says she's watching the Olympic Games. Okay, cool. We are too. I have to say some of the commercials, I don't know about in the outside of the US, but here in the US, the commercials can drive you crazy. We are totally overloaded with commercials, but it's really fascinating to see all the athletes just doing their thing and winning their medals. It's really super cool. And I don't know if they focus on, I'd love to hear, do they focus only on athletes from your country like they do here, or do they give you a bit of a worldview? Okay, Megan says, mind-blowing Monday. Yeah, that's a really good one. And Z says she saw Taiwan leaders share that their Olympic athletes using dōTERRA product. Love it. Oh my gosh, that's terrific. And yes, the Olympic Games are super exciting, right? I don't know how they do it. I really don't. Talking about back to school, we've got this great Start School Right with the Back to School Essentials Kit. This is available only in the US, but you can see it's a terrific variety of products. You're going to get 2 foaming hand washes. You are going to get that amber pump bottle, the On Guard wipes, and then 3 On Guard sprays. And again, this is while supplies last. So if you're thinking of getting your child or yourself or someone you know back to school, or maybe you're going to be teaching more classes live and you want to make sure that everybody's really clean and fresh and has taken all the germs off of their hands when they meet with you, this is the kit for you. Okay, in Singapore, we also have some wonderful specials. Lemongrass. I know we've got a lot of lemongrass fans here. I do love lemongrass. I buy it quite frequently. I use it usually for any sort of muscle discomfort, but I also use it in cooking. I love the taste of lemongrass. It's very hard to get fresh lemongrass here in the United States. At least even where I live, which I'm in right just outside of a major city, I have one Asian market that carries really fresh lemongrass. Most of the time what we get is kind of dried out and terrible looking. So for me, if I have a recipe that calls for lemongrass, I can either get the dried stuff in the jar, which is really not too good, or I can use my lemongrass essential oil, and that gives the pop of flavor that I want in my food. And I'm going to give you a recipe just in about 1 minute. And Sharon says that it reminds her of a spa. I agree. We've got the Cleanse and Renew pack, which is you're going to save 10% in August. Now 135 instead of usual of 150, including Terrazyme, PB Assist, and GX Assist. Correct me if I'm wrong. Can you see my screen? Because I just got a message saying now you can see my screen. Tell me if you can see my screen. I think you can. Yes. Okay, good. Thank you. We are using some of these products to protect our digestive tract. I've actually been reading a lot about diet and plant-based foods and why we eat the things we do and how they affect everything from diabetes to high blood pressure to cholesterol and what's the process by which we digest them. I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to put together a really good presentation in the next few weeks. But needless to say, I am taking these products. I do love them. And the other one that I would add in here, not part of the Cleanse and Renew pack, are the Digest Zen soft gels. I love that product. And right now I'm taking it on a regular basis because I think I need it. Sometimes in the summertime, our eating schedule is very erratic. And so either we're eating late or we're eating early, or I'm eating foods that are not familiar to me. Very, very similar to what happens during the holiday season, but just very relaxed. We expect that we're not going to have anything to do, but we actually have a lot to do, and that affects our diet and how frequently and what we're eating. Okay, we've also got 10% off when you purchase the oils within the collection individually. So what are they? These are the ancient oils. So myrrh right now, retail is 51 Sing dollars, usually, I'm sorry, wholesale 38.70, usually 43. PV is also reduced, so just be mindful when you're putting this in your cart. Teresa says to remind us that the peppermint soft gels are unsung heroes too for the gut. Yes, that is absolutely true. And I think I would have been taking the peppermint soft gels, but I ran out. So I actually put them in my cart to ship to me next month. There's a couple of products that ran out. I'm also missing Serenity soft gels, which for me is a really big, how did that happen? I don't know. I have no more left. I think I gave the last ones to my kids and I have none left. What can I do? Okay, here's a little diffuser blend for you with geranium, myrrh, and ylang-ylang. I have to say, I love this blend. It has kind of that florally, earthy smell to it. You know, myrrh is a resin, and of course, ylang-ylang and geranium are two of our floral oils. This is something that I think you can't miss. Really try this one. Take a screenshot of it if you will. And I think you're going to really benefit from it. And yes, I did use vetiver as I'm waiting for Serenity, but I have to say my husband doesn't love the smell, so I have to take it in a capsule. Even I'm not sure if I love the smell either. Sometimes it's a little bit overpowering. Okay, lemongrass, you know what you can do with it. I just said you can put it obviously in your food, but you can combine it with fractionated coconut oil for massage, add it to your daily cleanser to help tone and purify the skin. Whenever you're putting lemongrass on the skin, you want to make sure that you're diluting it because it tends to be warm on the skin, and many people feel sensitivity to it. It is considered one of our hot oils, so make sure you're diluting it with something. The aldehydes in lemongrass help to repel insects, so you can use it as part of your insect blend, especially if right now you're out of your Terra Shield or you're thinking, what else could I use, or I want to make this more powerful for me. Add in your lemongrass for overpowering feelings of nervousness or mental fatigue, and also it blends well with basil, cardamom, and spearmint, which we already showed you, right? So use your lemongrass, and has a really fresh, clean scent. Here's a quick recipe for you. You're going to have to take a screenshot of this because I'm never going to be able to read this out loud. Now, it does says a chili beef stir fry, but I am telling you that this is a wonderful recipe to do with tofu or some other kind of plant protein. You don't have to be, as long as you keep to the 800 grams, I think you're going to be just fine. You're going to have to saute it also almost the same way, but it really does sound, between the two capsicums and the chili, I think it super tasty. I've made a variation of this recipe using lemongrass essential oil, and it does come out delicious. Okay, let's talk about our specials in Malaysia. Product of the month from the 1st to the 15th is Palmarosa. If you weren't aware of what Palmarosa is, it's actually a giant plant, and the Palmarosa oil comes from the leaves. I know it's a little bit deceptive because we think of, whenever I see pink, I think of floral, but it's not actually, this is not a floral oil. In August, you've also got Purify. If you are experiencing a lot of heat right now or humidity in the place that you live, and I know many of the people that are watching this live are in areas where it is super hot and very humid, and maybe your rainy season is about to start, maybe it hasn't started yet, you're gonna want to get ready with your Purify. So I'm using Purify in some of my closets. I'm also using it in with my linens. Has a wonderful, clean, fresh smell. I also like it in areas wherever I'm going to be storing any sort of clothing, because I want my clothing to smell fresh and clean, and I want to repel any bugs or make it less likely that the bugs are going to go in there, because I don't want, I think I told you my story with my sweaters that I put my sweaters away for the winter, after the winter 2 years ago, and I didn't put any sort of essential oils in there, and when I took them out, they looked like lace. They had just been eaten. That's it. But now I'm using my Purify again, and everything seems to be good. Okay. Here's a heartwarming touch. This is the Love and Harmony kit, including Easy Air Touch, Helichrysum Touch, cedarwood clove, lemon, and Tulsi Holy Basil, which is really a rare oil. I have only seen that, I don't know, maybe once or twice during my entire career at dōTERRA, always part of a limited time offer. This is wholesale $524 with a PV of $125 and limited to one set per account per month. Obviously only from the 1st to the 15th or while supplies last. And my guess is this is gonna run out soon. Okay, here's a quick recipe for you using your Palmarosa. You can see the Palmarosa right behind it. Almost looks like a type of a palm, which makes sense. Palmarosa, right? I never realized that before. So in case you didn't either, it's cool. We're in the same, we're sitting together on this one. I don't know why they made that label pink. They should have made that label, I don't know, green, right? Anyway, you're going to use this as a razor relief serum. So after shaving, you can be spraying this on your skin. But here's the thing that I'm thinking, really, you could use this to soothe your skin at any time. Any sort of irritation that you have, or you sat out in the sun too long, this would be a really refreshing way to just keep your skin feeling fresh. You're using a half a cup of fractionated coconut oil, which is going to be about 125 milliliters. Okay, so for those of you who've been with me for a while, am I getting better or am I getting better? I can actually like now mentally sort of calculate what a half a cup is. A quarter of a cup is about 50 to 75 milliliters of rose water, and you can purchase this in health food stores, or you, you're so cute. Thank you, Megan, for telling me that I'm better. And then Joy says, haha, me too. I know, it's crazy, right? Sometimes I just get stuck, but I'm getting better. Quarter of a cup of rose water, again, about 75 milliliters of rose water. You can purchase in health food stores. I've also seen it in certain supermarkets. Usually, at least in the US, we get it in Middle Eastern supermarkets. Foods that require rose water are usually desserts and things, so it's an edible product. And then you're going to include your frankincense, your lavender, your tea tree, your palmarosa, and your myrrh, and you're going to mix this all up in a spray bottle, and then you're going to add your essential oils, of course, and then just spray it directly on the skin, 2 to 3 pumps in palms, and rub on the affected skin. You can also spray it directly if you shaved your legs, ladies. You could spray it right on your leg, or gentlemen, you could spray it. I wouldn't probably spray it on my face, right? I would spray it on my hand and then kind of pat it on, but I think it would be a wonderful way to kind of soothe the skin after shaving. Okay, now our specials in the Philippines. We're going through this pretty quickly today. I'm not usually so fast, but today I am. This is kind of a cute product of the month. You are getting your On Guard sanitizing mist with the little carrying case. And for those of you who think, wait, I've never seen that carrying case before, you have if you got the immunity kit. So the immunity kit, if you're not aware what it is, last year at convention, dōTERRA released 3 what I'm going to call 90-day plans, which are basically kits that focus on a specific issue. We have everything from immunity to sleep to respiratory, digestive, muscle discomfort. There's quite a few. Adaptive, which is for your mind and mood. I really love those kits. They are terrific. And in the immunity kit is this little kind of pouch, which comes with a little hook there. You can stick your On Guard sanitizing mist in there and carry it wherever you want to go. I think it looks like a famous designer, if you know what I mean. I'm not going to say it out loud, but last time we had somebody on who gave us the name of the designer. If you know who the designer is, tell us in the chat. Yes, exactly. Megan got it right on the head. So it looks like a Louis Vuitton. It's sort of a copy or mimic, I would say, of that designer. So super cute. I would love for you to have this hanging on your bag so that people say, wow, what is that she has? Or what is that he has? And then when you whip out your spray and you can spray and disinfect things, you're going to be super popular. And also the talk of wherever you are. Okay, what are our other specials? 10% off on Copaiba from the 1st through the 31st. The discounted price is $2,050 with a PV of 34.2. Here's some Copaiba diffuser blends. I love Copaiba. I add it into a lot of different things because I feel like it's a driver or a booster, if you will, making everything a little bit more powerful. So these diffuser blends, we don't have names for these. I don't know why. Okay, it's all right. Doesn't matter. You can add Copaiba into just about everything. I like to think of it also as poor man's frankincense. It has many of the same characteristics as frankincense, not exactly the same, but some of the things that I do like about it is basically has no smell and no taste. So you have someone who may be averse to the smell or the taste of frankincense, you might consider including Copaiba as a substitute in that blend, whether it's topical, and as we know, Copaiba can be taken topically, internally, or diffused aromatically. So it is a wonderful, very useful oil, right? And can be substituted in and out for different things. I have to say, as I look at this list, I love the one on the far right, the Copaiba, the green mandarin, and the pink pepper. I use a similar blend with frankincense in it, with green mandarin and pink pepper in it, and is one of my hands down favorite blends, and I use it all the time. You can also substitute bergamot if you like instead of the green mandarin, but that idea of the sharp and then kind of the mild is what you're going for. So these are some wonderful blends. Okay, we've also got some new products in the excuse me, new products in the Philippines, including the Citrus Bloom hand wash. I have to say, everybody, I don't know if dōTERRA was listening. I'm assuming that they were, but I have noticed that the black pump on the amber bottle is a lot more, it's functioning really well. So for a while, when we first got those pumps, it was not pretty. Let's just say they did not last too long. But the last one that I purchased, or I got as a gift, I'm not really sure which, has been going strong. It's in one of my bathrooms. This gets a lot of heavy traffic and just doing great. So I hope that you'll consider this. I kind of like that brown look. It's sort of like an antique apothecary or a pharmacy of old, but I do like the brown and the black, very neutral. Not usually a brown person, but this looks just very, I don't know, fresh and clean, or just more natural than the plastic one with the sticker. I don't love that. I'm still pressing for glass bottle. I hope that they do a limited edition. That for me would be hands down. That's exactly what I'm looking for. Nazara says it's classy. Yes, Nazara, that's exactly the word that I'm looking for. And we really want to make sure that our products look great, because that's how they attract attention. A lot of people purchase products based on the way they look. We are a very visual society. We're using a lot of social media now. We're in contact with other people. We see how people look. We have super short attention spans. So it's important when someone sees something that they recognize it and they immediately get an impression of it. And I think that the new pump hand soaps are give us a really good impression. Hold on, I'm just writing something down. Just give me a second. Okay. Whoops, there we go. Okay, here's a quick pumpkin smoothie for anybody who is interested in using their On Guard. We talked a little bit about going back to school. We know that On Guard is really hands down the #1 essential oil for us to use if we're trying to keep our immune system strong. Many of you've been using On Guard for years, all different sorts of very successful results using On Guard. And I have to say, while I'm not a person who adds On Guard into my recipes, usually there are a couple of things that I do like it, and this would be one of them. A pumpkin smoothie. You can take a screenshot of this. This presentation is going to be, if you're listening to this on YouTube, you can obviously stop, take a screenshot, and then go on. But I like this one. You can substitute any sorts of vegan or plant-based milks. It says here almond milk or milk of choice, and then the yogurt could be a plant-based yogurt if you choose. Pumpkin pie seasoning is something that we get in the United States. If you're not familiar with it, it is basically a blend of, I think it's cinnamon, ground clove, and maybe ground nutmeg. You can make your own, or you can find a recipe online if you don't happen to have pumpkin pie seasoning, but it is something that's very popular in the United States. Now, if you're a person who is in the habit of going to a coffee bar and getting something similar to this, and we all know that in the fall we have pumpkin spice this and pumpkin spice that. Fall is coming here in the United States, probably within the next 3 weeks or so. By about September 1st, maybe even the end of August, we'll begin to see a lot of pumpkin products in the store. So you can get a jump start on the pumpkin season. You can surprise your friends. You can serve this at any sort of a gathering. Seems like it would make enough. It says replace the milk and yogurt with 1 can of coconut milk. Interesting, but it would kind of might be a little too thick or fatty. I think I would stick with the almond milk and maybe the vanilla plant-based yogurt if you were trying to make it vegan. Anyway, you can surprise your friends with some of these with a quick pumpkin recipe. Okay, thank you to our Presidential Diamond team. These are the people who are on here every week. We had a great turnout today. I'm so excited. Thank you everyone for being on here. We had some really wonderful just chats. And so whenever I see you chit-chatting and you're really engaged, it warms my heart. We've got a quick little, let's see if I can get this to play. Yeah, we've got a little video here. Yeah, here we go. If you have not already followed on Instagram, we would love it if you would follow. You can, we're posting on a daily basis. We often have different sorts of contests that are running there. It's super easy to do. Go to Instagram, Elena Yordan, and just click follow. We are going to be running a big actually our very last one for the summer. We're going to be running another prize, another contest very soon. So, oops, did I mean to do that? I think I did. And now, okay, here we go. YouTube. Now, if you're not subscribing already on YouTube, so if you're watching this on the line live, I'm going to encourage you to please subscribe and ring the bell. So you're going to do two things. You're going to subscribe and then you're going to ask for notifications. We're going through a whole rebranding process here in my office in the United States. ElenaYordan.com and everything else is going to be getting a new look. So while this is a channel that I'm sure you've been relying on, and I hope you've been passing along the recorded messages that we have on a weekly basis, passing them on to friends, passing them on to your team. Also, maybe stopping them at different moments and saying, okay, here's where the specials for your team are. This is a great resource for you. You're not having to get on every single week and prepare a live presentation, and yet you've got something that's current and you can pass on to new people. So hopefully you're using that. Please subscribe to my channel. Annie's asking, actually, On Guard got two versions, right? Annie, where are you located? Because that might be the difference. I want to find out what it is that what you're telling me about, because somebody may be able to answer. In Singapore, I don't know. Does anybody know that if there are two versions in Singapore? In the meantime, let's talk about YouTube. Take a moment, please go on to YouTube and subscribe to the channel. It does help me to prepare better content, because then I can get a sense of, oh, this was very popular and a lot of people liked it and watched it and forwarded it on. And so we get real-time feedback. And of course, because we are producing so much content, you're seeing me here more than once a week, at least, I'm sure. If not right here, then in other formats. It does allow me to do a better job for all of you. Okay, last but not least, whoops. See if I can get this to move. Here we go. You are amazing. Thank you so much. Let's help preserve your safety. I know many of you are living in very uncertain communities. It's an uncertain time right now, in that you are being challenged perhaps to go back indoors. Many of us are worried about what's happening next in terms of this virus that's been plaguing us for over a year. Please keep safe and healthy. Use your essential oils. Really support yourself and your family, and know that my goal for you and for everyone who's listening later on, anyone who's on the live or anyone who tunes in later on, is to make sure that the information is available for you so that you're able to use, share, and even create a different life for yourself if that's what you want, either a healthier life or a more financially responsible life, a life where you are supported financially by the promotion and the sharing of these wonderful products. I feel like this is a career that I never expected, but that has been so rewarding to me, and that if I think about doing something else, or what would I be doing instead, it's a head scratcher for me. I feel like I'm in the right place. Okay, thank you for everyone who's here this week. We had a great turnout. Thanks to all of you. I think we're getting better at sharing these lives. I'm praying that we're going to have some updates in the next week or so. I've been working on using a new camera and some new setups. I think you can notice that my lighting is a little bit brighter than it was in the past. I'm still getting a shadow on the side of my face. I know, but this is a work in progress. Shout out to my wonderful, trusty new video assistant and helper and guide, Grace, who has been like a magician, honestly. She's been coming in and helping me to get some new setups, and I think we're going to have something terrific for you before convention. So hopefully by around September 1st, you're going to see some great announcements and see some new information and some new presentations. So that's all really cool. I'm super excited about it. Let's come back together and let's have a minute of chat here, if you will. Tell me a little bit about, if you have any questions, please let me know in the chat. Ang Sui says, thank you. Thank you, Ang Sui. I'm so glad you were here. Ping says, thank you. Nazara says she's looking forward to it. Kwok says, thank you. Joanna says, thank you, Elena, stay safe. Yeah, everyone, I want to support you as best I can. We here in the US, as you know, I'm in the East Coast, right near New York City. We had very large amount of cases early on in the pandemic, and we've kind of dipped down, loosened some of our restrictions, but now we're seeing cases creeping back up again. Not sure what this is all about, and wherever you are, because I know some of you are listening to me even from India and other places where the surge in cases has been very great. I'm praying for all of you, and I want you to know that if you need to contact me, please DM me or private message me. You can always find me here on YouTube or on Instagram or on Facebook if you need to send me a message. And people do send me messages from time to time asking, what should I do? I'm concerned, so on. So don't let it go. We have a lot of resources, and I'm looking at some of the wonderful leaders that we have on the call today, and just know that they are also available to you all the time. So Shanazi says, thank you, Elena. Sai Hua says, thank you, Elena, stay safe. Anna says, thank you, take care and stay safe, everyone. And Karen says, thanks, Elena. So you guys are amazing. You really are. I'm going to pick our winners. So as you know, if you are on the live, you get the chance to win a prize. So there really is a great advantage to being on the live. So I say farewell to everybody who is listening to this on a recording. I hope you have a wonderful week. For those of you who are on the live, stay on, because we're going to pick our prize winners. We always have some cool prizes every week, and this week is no exception. Have a wonderful week, all of you, and I'll see you back here next Monday. Bye-bye now.